Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again. You are always most welcome. Well, today, something I've needed a couple of times, Doctor on call. So this was always coming, wasn't it? We got the ICM Doctor's car. Now they've produced the diorama set where you've got the car and the Doctor himself, and you've got these like a farming family. Now, when I first looked at this, when it arrived, I thought, oh, this is a bit strange. A little boy must be poorly, you know. But I quickly realised it's not the little boy that's sick, because he's just like he's like if someone, it looks like he's crying almost, snivelling. But it's not the little boy. If you look very carefully at their skin tones, and then you see the mum, looks like she's got jaundice or something. I think it's her that's going off with the doctor to the hospital because she doesn't look too well to me at all. And if you look on the side, by the way, it's kit number 35829, and if we look on the side here, we can see the figures, and here they are. The crying boy with his dad, and it's like the mum's reassuring him, I'll be okay, you know, you just don't worry, don't cry, blah blah blah. And the doctor's saying, come on, we need to get you on the dialysis machine or whatever. It's like she's got liver trouble or something, I don't know what it is, something nasty. But you know, you look at the complexion of their faces, the father and the young lad, which look pretty normal, and then you look at the mother's complexion. I think she's the sick one that's going off with the doctor somehow. So it says on the side, in Model T obviously, in Ford Model T. How interesting, what an interesting subject, something unusual. Looks like it's in the Midwest or Pennsylvania or something. It says 1918 Model T Doctor's Coupe passenger car, 1 doctor figure and 3 farmer figures, 2 male, 1 female. This allows a recreation of a scene depicting a doctor's visit to a farming family and the departure of a woman for medical treatment. Well, there you go. She needs, yeah, she's definitely got something wrong with her. She's eaten some bad corn or something. I don't know, nasty. So yes, it looks quite good, doesn't it? And let's get into it. It shouldn't take too long. Now, I won't do a full review on this because I'm not going to do the car. We've done it. We've seen it already. I'll put you a link on it at the end so you can see the detailed look at the car, the Model T. So we'll keep this one fairly brief. If anybody who's watching this, any of the members that's watching this review, quite fancies this one, please shout up because this will definitely be available for you. This is where the gloves are invaluable, trying to get to these thin ones. Right. So we should have a Model T and we should have some figures. So we'll concentrate on the figures. As I say, we've seen the Model T already. So I've got a feeling there might be separate figures instructions actually. They've just printed it on the back is what they've done. Whoops. They've just printed them on the back. So we'll really focus on that. You know, it tells you the history of the Model T again, which we've done in some detail. I'll just read you the last bit of it because it's quite interesting. It says, the vehicle enabled doctors to respond quickly to calls in remote rural areas and farms. At the time, travelling outside cities was very challenging in the USA due to poor road conditions. Cars often fell into deep ruts or even overturned in ditches caused by washed out roads. However, thanks to its simple construction and relatively high ground clearance, the Doctor's Model T Coupe allowed physicians to reach even the most remote locations and farms. Where it once took hours to travel by horse-drawn carriage, the automobile significantly reduced travelling time, often making a critical difference in saving lives. The car became more than just a means of transport, as a true symbol of hope for rural communities in need of urgent medical care. A lifesaver. Wow, impressive. So, as I say, we're not going to go through the whole Model T because we have done it before. We'll just show you how it sort of ends there. And you can have any colour you want as long as it's black, as Henry Ford famously said. And then you can see here we've got this slightly sick looking lady who's the mum. It looks like she really has got something seriously wrong with her because she's got this very strange sallow complexion. And we've got the father and the son, and the son's quite clearly distressed that his mum's not well. Great outfits. Look, he's got nothing on his feet at all, but the dad's got like farmer's boots on. And then you've got the doctor. Looks more like a banker to me, I don't know. Sort of person you'd expect to see on Wall Street, but anyway. and he's got his medical bag there, of course. Absolutely fantastic. Right, so without further ado then, let's have a quick look at this. And we'll have a look into these figures, because I think that's what's going to sort of make or break this kit, of course. Now don't forget, we are talking 35th scale here, so we're not that massive. It's right, they didn't do 24 scale, that's what I said, but anyway. By the way, speaking of scales, I got a bit fooled when ICM have announced their latest kits for next month, and we've got the Sikorsky Tahi Sky Crane, the military Sky Crane, with the tall boy bomb, let's call it. I can't remember the actual number of it now. Is it the 131? But it has the front of a tall boy bomb, and they dropped them in Vietnam to clear these landing zone areas with a big blast. And I said, I shared with my wife, and I said, I don't understand it. It's even got the same markings. They've done this already, I'm confused. And she said, well, hello. It is 72nd scale this time. Even she picked up on it and I missed it. So there's going to be a 72nd, so that'll be worth having with the big bomb on it. And it's a nice kit in 72nd scale. So they're obviously going to go through the more interesting variants of that kit in 72nd scale. So that is brilliant, I've got to say. So now, once I've had my wife point out the obvious, the bleeding obvious, you know, as Basil Fawlty would say. He accused his wife of being, what was it, world champion at pointing out the bleeding obvious in Fawlty Towers. Don't make TV like that anymore, do they? But anyway, the point is, it's going to be something really worth looking forward to. So let's have a look at this, and let's start with the lady, because she seems to be the one that's in trouble here and needs to see the doctor. Oh my. Yes, we've got... it goes into more detail than I was expecting. So we've got her... We've got her legs go all the way to the top. My goodness. And this rather impressive pleated skirt that she's wearing. She actually looks quite tall, doesn't she? She looks about 5'7", I think. Sorry, I've lost the plot here. Here we go. So there's the back of the pleated skirt. Very nicely done. And I say, missus, we've got her entire legs, you know. My goodness, and her shoes, got her hand, she's sort of waving to the young lad, trying to say, I'll be okay, don't be distressed, Nathan, or whatever. And then we've got the face, look, so you can see that it's a, you can see it's a human face. The camera's locking onto it with the crosshairs, which is good. You can never see that, of course, but it's clever that it knows straight away and it starts locking on. It puts like a crosshair square on the face, because it recognises it as a face with... has she got her hair in a little bun? Yeah, she's got her hair in a little bun, and that... Whoops, where are we? That's the little bun there, the back of her hair. That's cool, isn't it? And she has got... Oh yeah, she's taken her like a handbag with her. It's not obvious from the artwork, but she's got a handbag and like a little shawl wrapped over her arm, which you can't really see in the art. And her torso there. It's good, isn't it? Very realistic. Yeah, I like that. It's really good. Then we've got the farmer, her husband, his torso. But look at his dungarees. Isn't that well done? Yeah, I'm very impressed with that. You've got his dungaree straps. Aha, that's really well done. And then you've got his trousers with his boots. All the creases in the trousers. His farmer's hat. Where is it? Lost it there. Farmer's hat. And he's holding on to the boy. Yeah, they've got his arms in like two sections because he's obviously got the arms slightly folded, so they've got it in two parts each arm. He's got them folded at 90 degrees basically. Hands on the boy's shoulders. And then here is the little boy. Oh, it's a bit strange the way they've split this actually. It's a bit strange. So here's the little boy He's got his hand, arm is down by his side, and here, it's very strange the way they've done this. And here's, you see he's got bare feet, and they've even got the toes. Can you make that out? Yeah, they've done that really well. It's just odd that they've gone and split it the way they have, and then his other foot's over here. Yeah, and he's got this little cap, and he's crying. I don't know whether that's something we can make out, but he looks sad, doesn't he? Yes, they've done really well with this. His head's tilted to one side. He looks a bit sad, and you can see his arm here because he's wiping his tears with his left hand. He's a bit upset about, worried about his mummy, obviously. They've done that really well. And then here's the doctor, who looks like a banker, looks very stern to me. Not the most empathetic looking of doctors, I've got to be honest. And he's got a waistcoat, he's got a pocket chain. See the pocket chain? Here. Done that well, haven't they? Really good. And here's his arm for holding his medical bag. And it's quite clever the way they've constructed the medical bag. It's got like a section cut out, and it sandwiches into the. Whoops, lost it. Where's it gone? There. So the medical bag actually. Sorry, I've lost it completely. There we go. The medical bag here sandwiches around that section, and then you've got his face. There he is, Doctor. Doctor, doctor, can't you see I'm burning, burning? That's sung by the Thompson twins, a bit better than me, has to be said. And then you've got his trousers here. Says, there, leg and trousers, there we go. And a little bit of, the waistcoat is sort of flapping waistcoat. You see that? Isn't that good, the way they've done the waistcoat? They've done this really well, got to say. It's really well observed and detailed. Especially at 35th scale. It's no mean feat, I don't think, to do that. Yeah, it's really, really nice. A proper, interesting, different subject. And, anyone who lives in the States and lives on a farm would be very tempted to buy this, I suspect. Because it harks back to a more genteel era, shall we say. But those figures are fantastic. I think I'm going to give it 10 out of 10. Because we know that the Model T is quite nice anyway. And the instructions are pretty clear and simple, really. So, what's not to like, as we say? What an excellent set. Something really unusual. A throwback to a simpler time, when people lived perhaps hundreds of miles from the nearest hospital, or even 50, 100 miles from the nearest doctor's medical surgery or whatever. Absolutely fantastic. So if any of you are the members that would like that, let me know. And if there's more than one of you, I'll just toss a coin to see who gets it. We've got that, and we've got the other medical doctor's car on its own. So whoever doesn't win the toss will get the other one, get the doctor's car without the figures. It's kind of fair enough, isn't it? There you go. 10 out of 10. Well done, ICM, and thank you for supplying that. I think ICM have been having a really tough time lately, and not just them, but their countrymen in Ukraine. Don't like to talk about politics on this channel, never have. But just lately they've been subject. We've got the Ukrainians striking the Russians with brilliant, strategic, clever targeting. I'm sure there is some collateral damage from time to time, but it is accidental collateral damage. And the Russians respond by attacking the civilians. And that says everything you need to know about them. So that's all I'm going to say. But they've been having it tough, and now they've gone on holiday for a month, haven't they? Well, 3 weeks, I think it is, till the end of August. And very well deserved indeed. We've also got some lovely additional models from them, which I'm going to show you. Next month there's 2 or 3 really interesting new stuff coming through, including the Hudson. So they just keep coming with great stuff. It's absolutely brilliant. So I hope they'll enjoy their well-deserved break, because they've been under constant, frightening daily and nightly attack, nightly especially. And I wish them I wish them a bit of peace. I hope they can get out into the country and perhaps have a bit of peace and quiet and just maybe unwind a bit, you know, and try and relax and get away from some of the horrors of the war. Thank you to them. 10 out of 10 from me. Such an interesting subject. Very well executed indeed. Superb. Well done. Hope you enjoyed that. I thought it was interesting. Hope you'll give me a thumbs up. Give me a 10 out of 10 as well. Don't forget to subscribe to Peter Goes Rogue, my alternative channel, where we talk about things like cars and aviation and what did we have last week? We had woodpeckers, we had a car show, all sorts of things. And we're 1 year old now, Peter Goes Rogue, so we've been going for a whole year. And as I mentioned in one of the other recent chats in one of the videos, I haven't earned a single penny from that channel in a year. It's just time, energy and effort. There is no reward for me at all. Now that will change if I get 1,000 subscribers and I get, I think it's 4,500 hours of viewing. And we are getting towards 900 subscribers now, so please subscribe. Something strange is going on though with YouTube and subscriptions, because on this channel they claim that I've got 11,600. Well, I've been at 11,600 now for about 6 months, so I don't believe a word of this. There's no reason on this earth why my subscriptions would suddenly grind to a complete halt. Don't believe a word of it. I don't believe any of it. I think that they are rigging it. Don't believe them. I just got no confidence. I don't even bother to take notice of it anymore. But I do need to get to the 1,000 subscriptions on the other channel to be monetarised. Otherwise I never will, and it ultimately will fail, because I can't possibly run 2 channels, you know, just for the love of it. There's far too much effort and time and quality has gone into that over the last 12 months. I know 1 or 2 of them at the beginning were not new videos, but they are now. It's all new stuff generally that's going on there. And it's got to at least pay some beer money, you know, so I can have a beer instead of just drinking tea all the time, you know. So all I'm asking from my subscribers here, please subscribe to Peter Goes Rogue. You can see the link below the video here. You'll see there's a link you can click on that'll take you over to my other channel. And you can see lots of things that are pretty interesting. And we've got more coming up soon on that channel. We've got Ron Dennis coming soon. And separately, a talk about Formula 1 and where it's gone horribly wrong. And why I think it's completely on the wrong track. You see what I did there? Anyway, coming soon. Especially because in August we've got virtually no motor racing till the end of the month. So during that dead period, I think I'll pop up and whether I'll do it live, it's a possibility I might do a live show. But I'll certainly do a show about Ron Dennis, and I'll certainly do a show about Formula 1 on that channel very soon. Here we've got more from ICM and lots of other great stuff coming on. Please stay with us, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you're dinging that notification bell. Although again, people are dinging the notification bell and they're still not being notified, so I don't know what is going on there. I will try and find ways to alert you, but just be aware of the times, Monday and Tuesday in particular, when I tend to be on. Usually Monday and Tuesday evenings. Just expect me to be there around 8 o'clock, because if you do that, you won't miss out. Anyway, thank you for supporting me, and thanks for watching the show. Hope you thought it was interesting. And until next time, stay well, stay safe, stay out of the sun, keep hydrated, and try and manage your way through the heat wave. Those of you that are in the UK or Europe, because we're all suffering, aren't we, together? And I'll see you very soon. Thank you very much for your time. Take care of yourselves, and bye for now.